Hey guys, I'm at the range here in Houston, and I was surfing YouTube yesterday, and I saw David Blanton, the humble marksman, had done a video on how much better red dots are than iron sights, and I thought, it's time to do another plate rack race. It kind of inspired me. I want to do the same thing, but put my spin on it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it three ways. One shooter, me, and I'm going to use our smallest window, our largest window, and iron sights for a baseline, and I want to see if the timer can tell a difference on how much faster a big window dot is for me versus a small window dot. Okay, let's get this show on the road. I'm starting with the biggest window because it's the easiest, I presume, and I'm not really warmed up yet. So I'm going to start with the easiest, cold, and then work my way towards the hardest, and hopefully that balances out things, because I think if I started with the iron sights, which I think are going to be the slowest anyway, and I'm not warmed up anything, I'm just like a cold performance on demand, it would probably be less fair. So I'm just going to leave the timer here, give myself enough room for a good clean draw, and I'm going to take it. I'm looking to get a hit every time. I'm going to take it at a pace where I know I can get my hits. Here we go. Run one of the day. And of course I missed the second shot. Well, it sounded great till the buzzer went, didn't it? Alright, let's add a miss category here. Miss. 1. Draw to first shot time was a miserable 2.44. Total time 6.46. Granite, run B. .3. Draw to first shot, total time 6.63. No misses. Okay, this is my last Granite run, and I do want to point out something. Granite is a giant, huge window. It is not really intended for concealed carry purposes. It's going to be hard to hide. However, with the Dark Star gear holster and the G19, which is not a particularly small or slim gun, I'm still fairly well concealed here, wearing a black shirt, and I have to say, looking down at it, maybe you can see better from your point of view, it seems like, once again, it's the grip that would give me away first. I can see the grip down here if I look straight down, and the optic is kind of tucked underneath my belly here. Someone who had a different body shape than me, maybe a slimmer person, maybe a heavier person, someone with a different curve to their waist or whatever, would have different results than I would. But I have to say that even though we're not going to market Granite as a concealed carry optic, because it is just enormous, again, there it is. There's my fat belly. There's a giant 2032 battery hanging on the right side of it, and I can pretty much drape my shirt over, and I think I'm getting away with it pretty well. So, I don't know, it's just another data point. I tend to think people obsess a little bit too much about, will a dot give away my concealed carry pistol, and for me, carrying appendix or strong side right, it's the grip. Every darn time, the grip is what gives me away, not the optic. Alright, enough talking. Final Granite run. Come on, Mikey, all hits. Damn it. One miss. Pulled it low. That is a grip thing. 2.45. It took me a long time to get that first shot. And a 6.88. Honestly, the problem is not me getting the dot on target. The problem is me holding the dot on target while I row back the Glock trigger. Oh! There's the first stage. There's some more creep. Come on, come on, come on, come on, and then There's another false stage, and it finally breaks. It kind of like breaks somewhere in a squishy, blocky thing at the end. It ain't a 1911 trigger, that's for sure. Wheeler gauge says just over 7 pounds. And that's... I wonder how much time I take over confirming my sights with the dot on target, waiting for me to finish my trigger press. Okay, here are the results of the Granite comp. The first runs of the day. Had my best draw to first shot of the day with a 2.30, which would be really slow if I was at 7 yards, but remember I'm at 15 yards against steel plates. Average draw to first shot is 2.39. That's actually going to turn out to be pretty decent. Total time just over 6.5 seconds, and I missed one of the steel plates 2/3 of the time. So that's where we are with the Granite comp. Okay, so I've pulled the Granite off, and I'm going to put the Mediator on. I just want to show you guys something real quick here. Hopefully this is in frame. Empty gun, empty mag. So we put a 2032 on the side of Granite, and we did that because of the screw placement on the MOS slides. The way that they put those screws in there, it's right where we normally put a top feed battery tray, and we just couldn't do that and make it direct mount to MOS. Impossible. There's no place for the battery to go in the body of the optic. So what did we do? We kind of built these big protective wings on the sides, and we hung a 2032 instead of a 1632 on the right side of the optic. That gives you, a lot better battery life than the 1632. It's pretty slim and pretty elegant solution, I think. But the reason why it's that way is simply because of the screw location in the MOS slide. And you can see that the underside of the Granite is cut for this sort of rib that goes down the middle of the slide. So, oh no, I'm gunsmithing. They're going to demonetize my account. Ha ha ha. So we put our MOS to acro plate on here. Pops right in place. Screw these in place real quick. Oh, let's just do the whole thing on camera. Why not? I can speed it up. Okay. I'm not going to mess with the torque wrench today. We're just going to turn these till they don't want to turn anymore. Mediator goes on to the acro MOS adapter plate. We have a single T15 there. We want to torque this to 10 to 15 inch-pounds. Push this forward, make sure that it's not going to slide back and forth, which I already know it's not. That's the nice thing about having a Gideon-made plate and a Gideon-made optic. We can make sure that those clearances and tolerances are just the way we want them to be. And voila, now we have, instead of a massive window, we have a 16mm window. So let's compare these side by side. See the difference? Oh baby. How much harder is it going to be for me to aim with this one than with this one? Let's find out. Okay guys, off camera I have zeroed the Mediator. It took 6 shots, done this a few times. I slaved it to the irons first, and then in live fire it was hitting a couple of inches high, and I had to drop it down a couple inches. No problem, we should be on now. I'm currently wearing the gun with the Mediator installed and zeroed, and I want to kind of like kick that dead horse one more time. A lot of people are afraid to conceal carry a closed emitter dot. Oh my gosh, the acro style dots look so huge. It's like a giant toaster on top of the gun. You know, it's the school bus. There's no way you're going to be able to conceal that, and man, you can. Like, I'm concealing it right now. The grip is giving me away. If anything is, I can bend over. I can drop stuff. Oh no, I dropped my pen. Pick it up. I can do jumping jacks, right? Good holster, good retention. No worries, right? So, yeah, my only worry is I might get rained on, but I'm under an awning. So, Mediator has a 16mm by 16mm window, so you think it's huge because it looks like a school bus on top of the gun. But the window is actually the same size as our very, very small Gideon Judge RMSC footprint dot, the smallest one we make. They're both 16mm by 16mm windows. So, this is actually the smallest window of any dot that we currently make. How's that going to affect my performance? Well, hopefully not much. Gonna wind up dropping some stuff on accident here. Wind's kicking up. Here we go, let's do this. Run A for the Mediator. Missed the first one. Trying to get that draw to first shot. Yeah, draw to first shot was a 254. Mediator, run 2. Missed one. Alright, here we go. Mediator, run C. .67 and a 603.
Well, here are the Mediator results, and on my first run I had my best overall time of the day at well under 6 seconds, so that was really nice and all the planets aligned on that one. But right after that I had my worst draw to first shot time of the day, so I'm being kind of inconsistent here. Overall, I think performance on the small window Mediator was better than I had anticipated. I'm actually faster on average than I was with the Granite comp. I think maybe that's because I was getting warmed up at this point and I was getting a little bit tuned in to what I was doing. On the other hand, I didn't have a single clean run with the Mediator. I missed a plate every single time, which is incredibly frustrating. Let's keep going.
Okay, I just peeled the Mediator off. It's only one screw, and now I have the plate for the acro footprint still on the top of the Glock slide, but now I'm running plain irons. And let's see how this goes. Stand by. Missed the first one. 257 and a total time of 742. Oof. I'll tell you what, the total time is 742 and it felt fast. Like, yikes. Okay. We might be learning that irons are slower. Come on, I can do better than that. I'm not trying to game this, guys, I swear to you. It felt like I was going as fast as I could with the irons, and I was keeping both my eyes open. I wanted to close my non-dominant eye, and I didn't. Shoot with both eyes open. It felt fast, but the timer says it's slow. Alright, here we go. Let's do it again. Stand by. Get all your hits, Mike. Okay, that time I closed my non-dominant eye. I had to get all my hits. Don't be like me. Learn to shoot with both eyes open. Okay. Draw to first shot was 246, which is average. Really, my draw to first shot with these irons is not being penalized. It's not any better, it's not any worse. But my total time is 7.56. with 0 misses. Alright, that's painful. Last one. I'm just going to keep the camera rolling. Here we go. Yeah, wow. 261, draw to first shot. Total time 709, and that was my fastest. Yeah, and no misses. You know what? I'm going to call an audible. I'm going to do a couple runs here. I'm going to put the Granite back on. Alright, now that I've done iron sights, and now I'm warmed up, and I've done several repetitions of this. Now what can I do with the big window dot? Is it going to make any difference or not? Let's find out.
Here are my iron sight times, and you can see a depiction of my iron sight picture there on the left, with the plate for the optic still on the Glock 19, but no optic on top of the plate. Pretty good iron sights on this gun, and they are super helpful, but my total time was way slower with the iron sights than it was with either one of the dot sights. I'm in the low to mid 7 seconds now, with my worst run of the day being over 7.5 seconds. However, I find the draw to first shot times pretty interesting. I wasn't really slower on my draw to first shot with irons than I was with a dot. So I think that is pretty much a typical result, that people find that their draw to first shot times are not necessarily improved by the addition of a dot sight, and sometimes draw to first shot time actually goes down because you're trying to find the dot inside the window. That's something that a lot of people struggle with, and even at my level I think it's got to be pretty close to a tie, even though I shoot dots so much. The total time of being well over 7 seconds is where we've seen that the iron sights are starting to fall short compared to the dot sights. And because I was having to be more deliberate, I did have a little bit of an accuracy improvement. So with iron sights, I did make my hits better. I only missed one plate on all 3 runs, but I paid a time penalty to do that.
Okay, the Granite is back on and zeroed. It took me 7 or 8 shots to zero it again. Just making sure that it was where it was supposed to be. Slow fire, a couple bays over there on a paper target, and now we're back at the plate rack. Granite again, run A. See what happens. I'm warmed up now. I just have such a hard time getting a clean run when I'm trying to go fast. I can be accurate or I can be fast. If I was both, I'd be David Blanton. Yeah. First shot 269. Total time a miserable 7:03. And that's my worst dot time of the day so far. Granite, again, run B. You son of a gun. That felt like a good shot, too. I think I was getting excited that I had made them all, and then I screwed up the last one. 2.73 draw to first shot and a 7.21. My performance is getting worse as the day as this goes by, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Can you guess? Last run. After I missed that last one, what difference does it make? 284 and a 617 with one miss. Gotcha. Alright, here's why I think my performance degraded as the day went by. Because that Gen 5 Glock 19 is bone stock, right? So I'm really fighting the trigger, which I don't like, and I'm fighting Glock knuckle. So this is my "you're number one" in my book finger, and see that? It's probably not even in focus. Let's get another shot of it. So here's the thing, totally factory stock Gen 5 Glock 19, and this undercut to the trigger guard gives me and a lot of other guys Glock knuckle. So I don't know if you can see it there, but compared to my other fingers, see that angry red swollen up, soon to be a blister hurty part? That's what Glocks do to me. That's my excuse for why my performance degraded as they went by instead of getting better. Because the longer I shoot Glocks, the more painful this finger becomes. Which is why Ben Simonson is backlogged on doing carry melt jobs for these guns. Which is why Shadow Systems is selling guns as fast as they can make them. Which is why I really like shooting my Springfield Echelon, which has got this problem fixed. So, you know, if you're a Glock shooter and this is perfection to you, awesome, I'm happy for you. But the longer I shoot these, the worse I get with them instead of better. And that's what came out today on this sheet of paper. A disappointing result, but I have to be honest with you guys, this is what it looks like right now. Amazing. Amazing. Yep. First shot 268, total time 595. That's my second run. That beats every run I did with the Glock today except for one, and I had no misses. And what am I shooting? My wife's concealed carry gun. A Smith & Wesson Shield Plus with a prototype Gideon Valor Mini direct to RMSC enclosed emitter dot with a small window. Again, first shot 268, total time 595, under 6 seconds. That's the best run of the day. It's not even supposed to be part of this video. It's the second run I've done on the plate rack with this gun. You know, it's amazing how much better I shoot when a gun doesn't hurt my hand and has a factory trigger that doesn't suck. Thank you, Smith & Wesson.
Okay, today's game is over. Let's look at the scoreboard. Oh, it's pretty ugly for the home team, I'm not going to lie. Guys, this is an absolutely failed demonstration. The concept of today's video was to show you that big window dots are faster than small window dots, which are both faster than iron sights. Did I show you that? Did I prove that to you? Absolutely, I did not prove my point today. I'm just being honest with you guys. What you see is what you get. This is where we're at. This is a absolutely busted demonstration. Let's break it down. So what we have are the averages for my 3 runs each for big window, small window, iron sights, and then putting the Granite comp back on a second time for big window 2. My best draw to first shot was at the beginning with my big window Granite comp 239 average draw to first shot. That's great. But also my worst average draw to first shot was also with the big window at the end of the day when I was worn down and my hand was hurting. So that's pretty inconclusive, isn't it? My total time, best time, is with the small window. That is not how I feel. I subjectively feel like the smaller window with a lot of metal around it and the fully enclosed emitter cuts down on my situational awareness and would mean slower transitions. That's not what the timer showed. My fastest transitions, my fastest total time, 6:09 on average for the small window Mediator. So apparently the small window doesn't count against me that much. My worst total time is with the iron sights. That makes sense. But I also had the best accuracy with iron sights. That doesn't make sense. I always sold red dots as being more accurate as distance increases because you have like a 3 MOA point of aim instead of these big clunky metal things on top of your slide. But today I was the most accurate with my iron sights. That's just how it panned out. And then of course we have the bonus round at the end when I used my wife's concealed carry pistol that I hadn't shot all year and just did one round on video real quick, scored a 268 draw to first shot, which is, you know, better than the average of most of the others, and then a total time of under 6 seconds, the only time all day that I had a total time on the plate rack of under 6 seconds, and I didn't miss a single target. So I think that shows that even tired and fatigued, just shooting a pistol that fits my hand better and that has a better trigger, I was able to squeeze a little bit of more performance out of it at the end of the day. What conclusions can we draw from today's video? That I need to be a better shooter. I need to be more consistent. I need to focus on my fundamentals. Can I do another video where I redeem myself? Am I going to do something like this again? Maybe something different, but try a redemption video in the future to try to prove my point? I don't know. Stay tuned and find out. If you made it to the end of this video, I thank you very much. I know it's a long one. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on YouTube soon.